So Stacey had an interview with Carlos King, and I want to get into what she had to say about some of the girlies. I'm going to be playing the clips for you guys as well, so make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, tap that bell button right next to it so you know every single time that I post. I forgot to say, hey, lovelies, Merry Christmas. I hope you are doing well. I hope you're having a fabulous Christmas so far. Now let's get into it. So I will share my screen and I will show you what Stacey had to say. So let me just do it full screen. Okay. So that's okay. Now let me play. So what I have to do is I have to keep pausing in between. So I'm going to have to be pausing in between to have the conversation. We'll break it down. But I have to keep pausing and stopping. Just FYI, I don't want no copyright issues. All right, let's get into it.
On the cast, that is the case. You know, you tend to hate on the qualities you wish you had.
Ooh, Stacey started off with a bang, honey. She is like, you hate on the qualities that you do not have. Okay, ain't that a word? That's a good word today. Make it clear, Stacey. You better talk your ish. To be honest, the girls have definitely showed her some times. They showed her some things in this season. So I'm not surprised that she is coming out and speaking up very clearly. I think she's also not oblivious. She knows that she is a fan favorite and she will ride that wave.
Who do you think is your biggest hater on the show?
Mm, this is about to be good.
Definitely Ashley.
Ooh, is she wrong? No, she ain't. She ain't wrong.
And Kay. Ashley is, if you, and I feel differently about both women. With
Ooh. It's interesting she says she feels differently about both women. I wonder what she's about to say. But I do agree with her that Ashley and Kay are her biggest haters. I don't think Gizelle really comes at her the way Ashley and Kay come at her, especially Kay. I'm surprised she didn't even start with Kay because Kay is definitely one of her biggest haters. Kay is very clear about it. Kay does not play about it. Kay is definitely letting the people know that she does not like Stacey. The energy is just crazy to me. I don't understand why.
Ashley, it's expected. I've said that many
Exactly.
times.
I agree with her. With Ashley, it is expected. This is what Ashley does. Ashley does this with everybody. Ashley has no loyalty. Ashley, and there was a sneak peek where we saw that Ashley and Wendy and Gizelle were doing like a recap of their recent event or whatever. And Ashley still went ahead to talk about what happened with the whole Wendy being, arrested. So if we think about it, Ashley has no loyalty to nobody. Ashley does not seat for anybody, has no loyalty. That's just who Ashley is. So I'm definitely there with Stacey when I say that's who Ashley is. Ashley is not doing something that is completely different from who we have known Ashley to be all these years. And it's interesting because I feel like a lot of times I've seen a lot of people say, get rid of Ashley, Ashley ain't it. And I completely understand why people are tired of Ashley. Like Ashley has been doing a lot lately.
So my expectations are very low because, you got to recognize the devil, but don't let the devil change you. So I know what I'm working with.
Not her speaking like a first lady is like, you gotta recognize the devil and don't let the devil change you. But that is a good word, I'm not gonna lie. That is a good word. Has a nice ring to it. I wish that she had paused right after saying that because that would have just hit. It's like a seller moment.
With Ashley. Now with Kay, I just didn't understand what was the problem. I just have never had someone have such a visceral, aggressive, negative reaction to me. And
This is the thing. That is, I think Stacey defined it and explained it so well because honestly, that is what it is given. I don't understand the negativity that Kay has towards Ashley. And I don't think Kay can articulate it herself because when I watched Watch What Happens Live when Kay was there and Kay was asked about Stacey and what exactly was the beef, she still didn't tell us what the beef was. She just kept going back into her and Stacey. And I'm like, what caused the beef? It is a very simple question. And I need her to sit down, think back, think back. What is it about Stacey that I don't like? Why am I beefing Stacey? I need you to think about it and prep your answers for the reunion because that's not going to fly at the reunion. Because Stacey is definitely ready to get in that A. And she will.
Never done anything to them. It was bizarre and a little unhinged, quite honestly.
I think even saying a little unhinged is being very charitable, if you ask me. Kay has been extremely unhinged. Extremely unhinged. The way she has moved in this season has definitely been given unhinged. It's given, I don't know what the issue is with you in your personal life. I don't know what it is about Stacey that rubs you off the wrong way. Don't get me wrong. I understand not liking liars and whatnot. But at the same time, there is nothing that Stacey has done that explains the amount of energy that Kay gives Stacey. It doesn't even make sense. It's like Stacey gives you like 10 on the shade level, right? She gives 10, a little bit of shade, a little bit here, a little bit there. You're given 100 on the aggression scale. Or let me be nice. You're giving 85 on the aggression scale. When you think about it like that is too much venom for someone that is giving you a 10% shade. Like, why can't you be balanced? And I think that's why everyone is coming at Kay. Now, I'm not saying that Kay has no reason to hate Stacey. We don't know that because Kay has not even articulated that properly. But I think the energy that she gives Stacey is the reason why everybody questions whether there's really any beef. Because nobody can see what has happened. Nobody can see what the beef is. She can't even explain what the beef is. Yet she's always on 100 when it comes to Stacey. It's definitely given that you are pressed. You are unhinged. I think she was even very nice by saying you're a little unhinged because you're actually moving like someone that is very unhinged, in my opinion. It's definitely absolutely given all the way unhinged. You've definitely lost the plot. That is what is given to me. And so I would be nice and say, well, maybe Kay has an issue, but Kay needs to be able to articulate what the issue is without going off and getting so aggressive and abrasive. It doesn't look good.
Is it Tiffany's or CBS?
I wish it was Tiffany. That would have made it better.
And you said, I have a husband, something you don't. I have a ring, something you do not.
Carlos definitely loved that read, honey, because he don't memorized it. Like something you do not. Okay.
When it comes to Kay's relationship with Greg, do you think Greg will ever put a ring on it?
You all know my answer to this. Some of y'all may know, some of y'all may not know. So I'm going to repeat it for the people that don't know. I personally think that man does not want to marry her. If he wanted to marry you, he would not play in your face like that and bring you a picture frame from a jewelry shop. He couldn't even get you a bracelet. That is absolutely bananas. Weird. BS. And also, every time he talks about getting married, he always says if. He never says when we get married. He says if. This man has told you multiple ways he does not want you. If you force him to marry you, he will show you Pepe. Sister, run. You're such a beautiful girl. I don't know why you're putting up with this nonsense. I just don't get why she puts up with it. You don't need to put up with a man like Greg. What is it about Greg? I don't think the money is that long. Although someone did say maybe the D is very good. But even at that, don't be Don't be demonetized that like everything else doesn't matter. That the way this man treats you doesn't matter. Like, sis, wake up. And she is a beautiful girl that she could have actually had the people out here. She could, if she was doing well on Bravo, they could have had a matchmaking season for her or something. Like, they could have done a spin up of her trying to find love, her trying to replace Greg. They could have done so many different things. But it's very disappointing that she just continues to tolerate Greg and his antics.
I don't know. And I think that I've been married for many years, divorced and back together with my ex-husband. So I know a thing or two about love.
You can tell that she is trying not to go fully in, but she probably thinks what we think, which is like, that man ain't with it. That man is not ready to commit to you, sir. Oh, ma'am. He ain't ready.
Your partner to want you.
Yep. She did not lie. Not Carlos making it a little extra with a
Yep.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Lovely.
She did not lie.
Earlier
She's the same person that she is right now.
Which is what?
Oh, okay. Is she still talking about? Is she still talking about Kay, or has she moved into someone else?
Pretty and petty.
Oh, Gizelle. Gizelle, yeah, she is pretty and she is petty. Absolutely. Those two things, she is pretty and she is petty. Those two things, she is absolutely right about Gizelle. But it's funny that she doesn't fully go in on Gizelle because she also knows Gizelle is needed on the show. Okay? And she knows that Gizelle is pretty much an OG on the show. So you can't really, Bravo, love them some Gizelle, honey. So you better tread that carefully. And I think she knows that as well. Stacey gives me the impression of someone who has worked with all types of people before. She has encountered a Keiarna, she's encountered a Gizelle, she's encountered a Karen. She knows how to go through different spaces and show up in spaces where people don't necessarily want her to be there. And she knows how to navigate, she knows how to identify who are the big, the big fish, so to speak. The big people that you have to be like, okay, I need to be careful and watch the way I come when I talk about these people. Because I feel like, let's be honest, she could have gone in a lot more on Gizelle, but she didn't. Because she knows the textbook play. She knows that she can't go in on Gizelle, but she can go in on Ashley because the people don't even like Ashley. Right? Ashley is not a fan favorite. A lot of people are pushing for Ashley to get kicked off the show. And Keiarna. People are not feeling Keiarna either. And the thing about these people like Stacey and other Real Housewives stars is they be in social media, they be in the commentary space, they are watching, they are listening. Who knows if some of them are listening? Hey girl, hey. If you're listening, hi. Some of them are out here probably listening to us over here, listening to our feedback, listening to what the people want, how the people feel. So all of that is going into the sort of commentary that they give when they are at the reunion or when they are doing interviews, for instance.
What has changed in 10 years? She's the same person.
You don't think
she's not wrong? Gizelle is the same person. Maybe I feel like this season Gizelle is probably a little bit more likable. And I say that because I've noticed a lot of people said, oh, this is the first season where I like Gizelle, blah, blah, blah. So maybe to an extent, Gizelle may be slightly nicer this season. But for the most part, Gizelle is who Gizelle is. Pretty and petty. That kind of has a nice ring to it. I'm not gonna lie.
Gizelle has grown in 10 years being on the show?
No, because it's allowed. Clearly.
Did she lie? Did she lie? The truth of the matter is, in these shows, yeah, there has to be a villain. In this case, Gizelle has been the villain of the show. Gizelle, mostly, you can tell she doesn't really care what the people think, because if she did, she would have changed her fashions all these years. She would have probably gotten a stylist. She refused to get a stylist. So that lady does not give a dang what you all say about her fashions, the way she comes across towards people. If she thinks she ain't wrong, then that's where she stands, and she stands in that. And I think in a way that's probably also why she has stayed there long enough. She doesn't let anybody prop her up to be something she is not, which I think is where Gizelle, not Gizelle, which is where I think Gizelle shines at, but this is where I think Keiarna and Angel are not doing so good at. I feel like Keiarna probably let the people get in her head about how much they loved her and whatnot, and she decided to show up on this show running amok. She decided to show up on this show doing the absolute most. And I feel like that is what we are seeing. If people weren't bigging her up, talking about, oh, Keiarna this, Keiarna that, back in the day, maybe we wouldn't have this. And think about Jazzy as well. Jazzy has been doing the most recently. And it's like, it's because people have been in the comments saying, oh, Jazzy should be full time. You lot need to stop saying these things, because sometimes, think about Shamia. A lot of you all were making it seem like, oh, Shamia should be on the show. Shamia should be on the show. Shamia had the biggest flop in the whole of reality TV when she joined on her first full season. First season as a peach holder, she dropped the ball. She went from absolute fan favorite to absolutely hated. And that's the thing, because I feel like they get into the social media spaces where people are praising them, and then they start thinking, ooh, I have power. And it's like, girl, please, you just started. You are not seasoned enough. You have not been in the game long enough to think you have that much power. And think about the Bravo fans, yeah? Today they like you, tomorrow they don't like you. So you have to be solid in who you are, and you have to be authentically yourself, because one minute they are going to like you, the next minute they don't like you. So if you're pandering to the fans and you're out here in the social media streets doing whatever it is you think that they want from you, then what's going to happen? Think about it. Even Brit Edie, the people didn't like her at first, and then now a lot of people then end up starting to like her. If she was in the YouTube streets when the people hated her and was like, doing the most, maybe people would have never even gotten to the point where some of them even liked her. Now, of course, not everybody, because some people still find her annoying. But I think it was starting to get to the point where people were starting to like her, because Shamia and Kelly were just obviously just doing the most. And so I just think like some of these social media or some of these housewives need to kind of, I understand you can be on social media, but stay away from overly reading these comments. Stay away from believing the hype and, going wherever the wind blows just because you're getting good commentary. Sometimes you're going to get good commentary, sometimes you're going to get bad commentary. So you need to be able to stay away from the social media streets, or at least be at a point where it doesn't impact you much, so you're not pandering to the fans. Because then you no longer be authentic. The fans are going to sniff that out. And guess what? They're not going to like you because they feel like you're not authentic. Which then goes back to the cycle. It's like the people you're trying to prove yourself to don't even give a dang. They really believe that you are not pulling your weight. Yeah, it was always a weird one.
Is Gizelle needed for a Potomac?
Yes.
Exactly. This is what I mean when I say Stacey understands the assignment. Stacey ain't never go and say Gizelle is not needed, because she knows Gizelle is going to come after her with a vengeance. One. And she knows Bravo ain't gonna like that, because Bravo like Gizelle. Bravo feel like Gizelle is absolutely needed. And especially if they're bringing back Karen and Gizelle are definitely needed. So I love that she was aware and did not fall for what a lot of people fall for when they go to these interviews, when they start saying and talking out their A, and then they can't take it back.
Of course.
Okay, I think that is it. Let me know what you guys think. Do you actually also believe that Gizelle is needed on Real Housewives of Potomac? Let me know in the comments. And do you agree with Stacey when she says Ashley and Keiarna are her biggest haters? I am inclined to agree, but let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, share, hit that subscribe button, and tap that bell button right next to it so you know every single time that I post. And I'll see you guys in the next video.